2 or 3.
The last page.
You know, could we just like?
Yes, of course.
Pages on
I think between this guy,
We're gonna have, he's got the hammer.
204.
Against the two current
Mitch is
candidates?
coming.
This.
Oh, right, yeah.
This cut out that. This is from Sharon, that's this. This is showing something.
Something down at the other end.
Okay, so A is Ryan.
Why is it even bothering to show them?
That's what I think. It's part of enough paperwork here to. Paul, how are you?
Good. Fred Moore plan?
See the Cubs won the state championship in track.
This is what they want to split off.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to be talking about. That's it. Yeah.
All right, stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone. This is Monday, June 6th. If you have any questions or comments, come up to the microphone, give us your name and address, and tell us what's on your mind. Call the roll, please.
Cedar,
Here.
Kinswater.
Here.
Lehman,
here,
Kufa,
Here.
Laporte,
Here.
Paul,
Here.
Foltz.
Here.
All present, Your Honor.
Thank you. Number 4 is consent agenda A, City Council minutes of May 16th, 2022, regular meeting recommendation approved.
So moved.
Support.
Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Go right to ordinances and resolutions on number 5A, Resolution 2211, MDOT contract for Fred Moore Highway. Ryan Kern, is this you?
Good evening, everyone. This is in regards to the Fred Moore Highway reconstruction project from Kearney Drive to Henry Street. The portion from Kearney Drive to 15th Street, the city received federal aid assistance through MDOT. Roughly 65% of the construction cost of that phase is being paid through federal aid assistance. The project's being administered through MDOT and was let this past Friday. 4 bids were received, with Raymond Excavating being the low bid at $1.15 million. Highest bid received was $1.3 million. That's the as-read bid results. I don't have the bid tabulation for that yet. I'll probably have that tomorrow, and I'll forward that on to city administration. This is basically the contract between the city and MDOT in order for MDOT to administer the bid letting of the project, allow our office to do the construction administration of the project, and it identifies the cost sharing that's involved between the city and MDOT.
So basically, we're just approving MDOT being able to award the bid.
Basically, yep, exactly.
And our
that-
total is 420,500.
That's correct, yes.
And that includes the Henry section as well, correct?
The
Or is that above and
420,000 would
beyond?
be the Kearney to 15th Street section.
And then the 15th to Henry is our responsibility.
15th to Henry is 100% the city's cost. That was something the city administration decided to add to the project.
And that number was 380, is that correct? I think you have that
Roughly,
in
yes.
the document. Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
So we're really looking at 800, and by approving this tonight, we're on the hook for that. That's
that's correct.
okay.
Yes,
you said that there's state federal money involved in this?
that's correct. On the Kearney Drive to 15th Street section, it's federal and state money that's involved.
When it was bid, it was a bid under the prevailing wage?
It was, yes. Yeah, since there's federal and state monies involved, prevailing wage has to be included.
Who makes sure that that's paid?
So they do submit certified payrolls to us on a weekly basis, and we do wage rate interviews on the site as well. And then we review those to make sure that they're getting paid the proper amount. If they're not, then we reject those certified payrolls, and we make sure that they do pay their employees properly, and we have to have documentation on that. And MDOT will require that in the file, and they will audit that at the end of the job.
Did they make it to the city?
Pardon?
Did they make it to the city, the copy of the payrolls and?
We can provide copies to the city, yes.
So I need a motion for the resolution 2211, awarding the
I'll make a motion to approve.
Support.
All right, the motion is made and supported. Is there any questions? All right, call the roll, please.
Kinsvater,
Yes.
Lehman,
Yes.
Kufa,
Yes.
Laporte,
Yes.
Hall,
Yes.
Foltz,
Yes.
Cedar.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
Thank you. Thank you, Ryan. Will it be Resolution 2212, lot split 200 North Kearney Drive? Rob, I think you're up.
I think everybody has the lot split package, and I had sent Annette the remainder of the plat, which we kind of just went over with Bill a little earlier. So this project, which has been in front of you guys for a while here with regards to Hampton Manor, the piece that is being split off, which is a little over a 9-acre piece, which is on the north side of where Gearing is at. During the last 6 months or so, we've gone through, we've hired Polaris Surveying to do the actual surveying and the split, proposed split drawings. But prior to that, I think there was a little bit of confusion. I had originally submitted a split application that just showed the small piece north of Gearing. And the reason why I did that, we didn't anticipate the plat being done as soon as it did. We hired a great company and they did a really good job and got it through the plat process a lot faster. Usually it takes about a year. They got it done in about 6 months. And so I kind of have to rescind that first application. And I submitted another one, which is the one that I think you guys have in front of you today, which includes lot 114 and part of 50-acre lot 3 as one parcel, the remainder being Gearing and the Eddy piece, which is the part of the replat, lot 113. So I think that is primarily it. We got approvals from Lori Ebner at the county, who had approved the split. I talked with her late last week. Basically, the approval from the city council, and when she gets that approval, then she will assign the tax ID numbers, and then from there, the land bank will be able to deed out the parcels which were contractually obligated under our development agreement to pull out of the land bank. At some point, we're actually ahead of schedule, which is good. So after that, Eddy Development LLC will hold title to lot 113, which is the Eddy School and the 5 acres behind it. Hampton Manor will take title to the new proposed parcel, and then the Gearing School and 6.6 acres will remain in the land bank until Gearing ceases operations to whenever that is. So, any questions for me?
Rob, I just want to be clear again that the council will not be taking action on the original application. This resolution today will take care of all of your lot split combinations that
Correct,
you're
yeah.
requesting at this time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
6.6 acres or 4.8.
Yeah.
You have a 10-foot, 1-inch property line away from the current existing building on the south side?
Yeah, that was determined by the site plan process that we went through, that Hampton went through for their site plan approval on the building that they're they're putting up. There's actually going to be a boulevard or a road that goes through there. So their building will be, I would say, like 60 feet from the gearing site, which was all predetermined based on their when they went for site plan approval.
So their site is approved, fine, yeah.
Yeah. So that's how, this is kind of how this parcel configuration came about. It was conjunction of the replat, the
Yeah,
assessor,
yeah.
and all that other stuff, so.
So that would be basically access through that part of the skinny part of the lot, if you will.
Yeah, you can't see it on this drawing, it's not part of the site plan, but.
Right.
Yeah, that road will kind of carry around and go all the way around the Hampton Manor.
Oh, okay.
Development, so.
Gotcha. Right.
That's Eddie. I don't know. No, it's parcel 1.
Well, it would be in order for a resolution to approve the lot split of 200 North Kearney Drive. If anyone is so inclined.
I'll make that motion.
I'll support.
All right, the motion is made, supported. Other questions?
I just have a question looking at this one here with the pink on it.
Yes.
You said the remainder parcel is 6.6? And then down here it says the I mean, it's got conflicting numbers on it for what's left. You got 4.8 and 6.6.
4.8 looks like it's for lot 114, right?
I don't know,
Which is
which is Gearing.
Gearing. The back, behind Gearing.
Or 113, Eddie.
Just confused as to why it's on,
The same,
it's on the lot twice.
see what I'm looking at? Isn't it
Part
conflicting?
of parent parcel number 2, part of parent.
Says the remaining parcel be 4.8, but up on the top it says it's 6.605.
It also says 4.8 right here.
Right.
Yeah, see,
Numbers here, too.
part of part 2, parcel 1. I don't understand it.
Is there an error on the remaining parcel? Because that number is exactly the same as
Yeah,
lot 14.
that has to be an error because it's obvious that piece is not 4.826 acres. So
So it is the 6.6?
I'll have to have the surveyor amend that or take that notation off because it's 6.6. We went over this over and over and I don't know why. It must have carried over from when he labeled lot 114.
Okay,
So,
that happens.
Any other questions? All right, call the roll, please.
Kleeman,
Yes.
Kufa,
Yes.
Laporte,
Yes.
Hall,
Yes.
Foltz,
Yes.
Kinswater.
Yes.
Peter.
Yes,
Resolution adopted.
thank you. Thank you, Rob.
thank you. Should I stand up here again? I think I'm, oh, no.
No, you're not. You get a break.
Next.
All right, we're going to go to C, Resolution 2213, Brownfield Plan, 200 North Kearney. This is Jeff Donaldson.
Good evening. And yeah, as the staff report that I forwarded to you earlier, first of all, I apologize. I just realized that it says to the St. Clair County Board of Commissioners. I did a staff report for them as well on this project, and I think I used the same template for the beginning of it, but that should be addressed to the City Council. But as it states, the action being requested this evening is that Council adopt a resolution by roll call approving the Brownfield Plan for Eddy Development Project as recommended by the county's Brownfield Redevelopment Authority. And I've answered some questions. I do have a presentation. If there's additional questions, I'd be happy to go through it if you're so inclined.
I think we saw this in the beginning tonight.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to see it again?
No.
Nope.
Oh, nobody wants to see that again.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution.
Support. Motion is made, supported. Any questions or comments? All right, let's call the roll, please.
Kufa,
Yes.
Laporte,
Yes.
Hall,
Yes.
Foltz,
Yes.
Kinswater.
Yes.
Kleeman, Cedar.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
All right, thank you, Jeff and Jeff. Go to D,
These are
resolution.
Make one comment on it before.
Oh.
So,
Oh, Resolution 2214 TEDF Category 5, Category B, Fifth Street Grant Application. Annette.
So the Fifth Street project was one of intended upcoming road project. We didn't have a chance to touch on it during the workshop. So it may be the first time you're hearing of this. I'm not sure. That was one of the things I wanted to gauge earlier to see what awareness there was of this possible project for 2023. So it may be new information. Take the information in. If you are ready to approve it, great. If you need more information, I will understand that too. So with that, I'll have Ryan come up and explain the project.
So on an annual basis, MDOT offers the Transportation Economic Development Fund Category B grant program, which is for communities with a population of 10,000 or less, and they can apply for up to $250,000 of grant assistance for local road improvements. City has applied for this in the past. A couple years ago, we had applied for it for the Goff Street project. We were not successful at that time. Roughly $3 to $4 million a year is awarded to communities throughout the state, and they try to spread that out throughout the state. So usually only a few communities within Southeast Michigan will get awarded, and then they try to, try not to award it to the same communities over and over again. So we're talking with city staff. We were looking at sections of Fifth Street as a potential for a project for next year, and looking to see if we can get $250,000 in grant assistance to cover a portion of the cost for the reconstruction of that street, at least a portion of that street. The total cost that we estimated to do all of Fifth Street from Clinton all the way to the dead end at the north end, north of Royal Avenue, was about $1.4 million. So, I mean, $250,000 is a help. We can at least get a portion of that street done if we do get grant assistance. And we would find that out here probably late summer, early fall if we get that grant funding for next year.
There's really no reason not to do it.
Does it cost us anything to apply?
Costs you nothing.
Do we have to provide details about what the extension, like how much work we would do on that road before we apply?
All they ask for is basically estimates and a brief description of the project and what we're proposing. They're not asking for any conceptual drawings or any, not a whole lot of detail involved. I think it's like a 3-page application. There's not much to it. Plus then you have to attach the resolution of the council approving us to proceed with applying for that grant with the application. The applications are due on the 15th.
The application is due by when?
June 15th is when the application's due.
So applying does not hook us into anything at this point, just gets us into the game.
It does not.
So to acquire this grant, does it have to be the whole street?
It does not. No, it does
So
not.
if we did like half of it, and then can we apply for another grant to
could.
do the other half?
You could if you wanted to in a future year. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as you've got a match of at least $250,000, then
Yeah.
you're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
The city received estimates of breaking it into 3 different sections, all of which would benefit from a $250,000 grant. So once
Correct.
the application is approved, that can be discussed, and you can break it up into different sections if you want, or do the whole road. But this is starting the process, and we just have to acknowledge that, yes, we would be able to match it and finalize the details after.
Correct.
So we don't have to give them exactly what we want to do prior to the...
Correct.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Or
Are there any questions? All right, call the roll, please.
Laporte,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Foltz,
Yes.
Kinsvater,
yes.
Kleeman, Kufa,
Yes.
Cedar,
Yes.
resolution adopted.
Thank you. Thank you, Ryan. Let's go to number 6, Courts Administration. Annette, you got anything tonight?
Just a couple things. I provided everyone with a project update on May 31st. Since last week, as you know, as Ryan just said, Fredmore Highway project bids were open, so that's moving forward. And DPW is almost done with the catch basins and the curb work for all of the local road projects, so that's still moving forward. I want to mention before you consider the claims and accounts that check number 54638 and check number 54640, which is on June 2nd, were incorrectly coded, so they will be voided this week and reissued as part of the check run. Just wanted to mention that, and we'll note that in the minutes when you approve the claims and accounts. And there are a couple things that I still want to go over with everybody, just some future projects and potential purchases. So I would like you to consider a work session and let me know what works, what day. If you want to do it prior to the next regular meeting or set a different day, just let me know how you want to sort that out.
Everybody okay doing it at 6 o'clock before the next meeting?
Sure.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh, well, that was easy. Okay, wonderful. We'll get that properly noticed. Great. And that's all I had for this evening.
Any updates on North Riverside?
Is right? Yes, please. Yes.
All right, we did start the North Riverside Sewer Project. Last Wednesday, they started installing the sewer. Today, there's 2 segments that are being installed. The northerly segment, roughly from address, I think 1008 up to 1050, was completed today. The second segment from 958 up to roughly 982 or so, I forget the addresses. That'll be done this week. It'll probably be complete by the end of this week, and then working on restoration probably next week.
And I know I've asked you this before and you answered it, but it was a while ago, so I want to ask it again just to make sure that I'm still remembering the right thing, is that this infiltration was coming from the Sanko River into this sewer system was thousands of gallons of water a day that we are treating in our sewer plant that is not sewer water.
That's correct.
Do we have any idea what that amount is ballpark? You gave me a number one time before, I just want to see.
Offhand, I couldn't tell you. I can get you that number, but yeah, it's a significant amount.
It was a significant,
Yes,
and
it
why
is.
I ask you that, Ryan, is, and I know you know this, but
Capacity at the
yeah, when we
plant.
make that correction, what happens to our capacity?
Yeah, your capacity of the plant will be reduced by eliminating that infiltration.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Any other questions on that?
Okay, good,
All
thanks.
right. Yep.
Anything else for that?
Was there anything new on the damage that was done at the water intake down the pump station?
Yep, I continue to receive the invoices, and once I have everything ready, the claim will be reviewed. Yes.
Okay, anything else? City Attorney, you have anything?
I have nothing this evening, Your
Any
Honor.
questions for Mr. Downey? All right, city departments, anybody have anything out there? Okay, D is authorities and boards and commissions, anybody? Number 7, no unfinished business, let's go to new business, number 8. A, approve engineering proposal for wastewater system preliminary evaluation.
Yes, I believe it was last council meeting when you received this for review. I think it was 2 weeks ago now, because we had a bye week. So in front of you again today is the engineering proposal for wastewater system preliminary evaluation from Fishbeck. So the total amount of the proposal is $19,800. Yes, $19,800. So today we're looking for a motion for them to move forward with the evaluation.
That's something we've got to do. I'd make a motion to approve.
Support.
Any questions?
Do they have an idea when they could get started on this?
Yes, immediately.
Immediately? Perfect.
We've actually had some discussions, some informal discussions, so.
Good.
Any other questions? All right, call the roll, please.
Paul,
Yes.
Volz,
Yes.
Kinsvater.
Yep.
Kleeman.
Yes.
Kufa.
Yes.
Laporte.
Yes.
Cedar.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. B, traffic control order. Chief?
Good evening, council. I was approached by E. Boyer and Paul Wade regarding the clear view there at the south entrance, that new south entrance that they moved, resurfacing the plaza parking lot. So I contacted MDOT. Their requirement is 20 feet to the north. So we went out there and looked at it, and 20 feet takes one parking spot away, but the problem is there's a fire lane there. So it would be no parking fire lane, one parking spot, and then our no parking zone. So I suggest we go 40 feet, get rid of those 2 parking spots, and we can make them up on the south side of the entrance. So we got to clear that view, so we got to move 1, but it doesn't make sense to have 1 in the middle of 2 no parking areas, so.
Right. Yeah.
This is on the south side, right?
That south entrance,
Can we
yeah.
look at the north side too?
There's no,
Because there's cars parked right next to that entrance going south.
Yeah.
Just blocking the view of traffic going north.
yeah, I'll look at that.
Would you? Thank you.
Their main concern on Clearview is left-hand turns, but I'll look at the right-hand turn.
Well, it's looking right for traffic going north to turn left.
Yeah, talking to Linda, she was big on the, what is that, 7 or 8 foot nothing lane they got outside of the parking. She felt that would be good enough, but I can get one of their engineers to come down, because I'm not a traffic engineer.
Sure.
But yeah, it does. Definitely the left-hand turn on the south one, you can't see.
Sure.
But,
I'll make a
yeah, we'll
motion
look
to
at that
approve.
north end.
All right, the motion's made, supported. Anything? Questions?
It's just a matter of putting up signs, chief?
So, city DPW will have to put up a sign. There's actually a sign post there. They just have to put a sign on it, and then DPW will paint the curb yellow.
Any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, chief. Well, I guess you're gonna stay there for a
Yeah,
while,
we're
chief.
gonna be here for a while.
All right, special event, St. Clair Chamber of Commerce, rocking the plaza.
Yeah, you have that request in front of you. All the paperwork is in. I don't know if you have the list of concerts in front of you, but there's a lot of them.
Motion to approve.
Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Special events permit, St. Clair Chamber of Commerce Throttle Down Bike Concert.
They want to have a throwdown bike concert on the 18th from noon to midnight. Just bikes. We will be blocking some parking on M29 for bikes to park, and
Motion to approve.
All right, the motion made, supported. Questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? E, St. Mary's Catholic Church Corpus Christi Procession.
all their paperwork is in also. It's their yearly procession just around the block on the sidewalk.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Special event, Hope Floats Kayak Poker Paddle.
All their paperwork is in too. That's on the Pine River for July 16th.
Motion to approve.
All right, motion made and supported. Questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, chief. Opposed?
Thanks, chief.
All right, number 9 is claims and accounts, May 19th, May 26th, and June 2nd, 2022.
Hearing no questions, Your Honor, I make a motion to approve with the changes that Ms. Sturdy pointed out.
Support.
Motion made, supported. Questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, let's go to number 10. Public comments. Anybody have anything non-agenda? 3 minutes, please. Line up, give us your name and address.
My name's Frank Kleist, 1104 Clinton Avenue. I would like to address the bike path issue again. I was made aware that there were plans already made for in front of my house, but I hadn't seen them. Nobody brought them to me. I was waiting for them, but I haven't seen them. And I got showed them by another person that lives on Clinton, and the drawing shows that there'll be a curbed area that is some grass area between the road and the bike path, and then, so my driveway is gonna be like a step. It's gonna come up to the bike path, across the bike path, and then up into my driveway again. So it's gonna be like a two-tiered driveway. And then the drawing also showed that there's gonna be a wall from the apartments, or like from the AT&T box on the apartment side around my driveway, and then around my driveway on the other side, only about 6 or 8 feet. It's not gonna look good in front of my house, and I had proposed a wall going all the way across the front of my house, since the bike path's gonna be there anyways, and they gotta dig out either way, just make a 1-foot wall all the way down, you know. I had talked to Ryan about it before. I didn't see these drawings, and then when I saw the drawings, that isn't what was there. I sent Ryan an email on May 24th showing the pitch from my property. It starts at like 10 inches on the apartment side to 13.5 inches at my driveway, to about 6.5 inches near my neighbor's house on the east side. So there's quite a steep drop there. So the wall wouldn't be hard to do if they're already making the bike path, okay? I just talked to Ryan today, and he's gonna come by this week and discuss it with me, so I'm already worked out on that. And then I'd also like to know the grassy area, like right now, I take care of the grass that's there. Will I have to take care of the grass between the bike path and the road? Or is that the city that will cut that grass? And I also have questions about my trash. I put my trash out there. Where will my trash go? I can't put it on the bike path, obviously, because that'll block the path. So would it go on that grassy area? Is there going to be enough room? Them are just questions I have. And then I'd also like to know about this, from the city attorney, if a pedestrian's hurt on the bike path, who's responsible? Because the city has already stated before that they can't be sued for that. So is it the homeowner that's responsible for it? And they don't want the path to begin with, but they're going to be responsible for somebody getting hurt on a bike path? As summer is approaching, I notice traffic on Clinton has doubled. At least doubled. I mean, I can hardly get out of my driveway if I'm backing out. I have to turn around in my driveway and pull out forward. It's the only way to get out. People are going, I would estimate, between 40 and 50 miles an hour. They're not doing 30 miles an hour. I also started watching trucks, semi-trucks going down the road, and I have cameras on the front of my house. So I started it records all the time. So I started looking at the recordings whenever I seen a truck or felt the truck, because when they go down, they're pretty heavy and the whole house bounces. And what I found was there was like 25 trucks within a 7-day period that didn't go to the factories. They just were driving down the road. They were combined of FedEx semis, dollar store semis, U.S. Express semis, Bud Light semis, and then several unnamed semis, just white. You know what I mean? Just no naming on them at all that I could see in the cameras anyway. Was a traffic summary ever performed on Clinton before this bike path was approved? I would like to know that. And then also, the Vine Street, I looked on Vine and there's a clear path. I know I'm beating the dead horse. There's a clear path going down Vine that the bike path would be really nice on, and there's no traffic on Vine. That would be the safety, and I'm really concerned about the safety of this path with the speeds of the traffic. And we've asked for more patrols, and I see always there's like at least 2 cars sitting on Kearney, but I don't ever see them sitting on Clinton anywhere. I'd like to suggest that either more speed limit signs are posted, or they could put up a sign that has, I've seen them in other cities, where it shows the speed limit and then it has a flashing, a light up thing that tells the speed of the car coming down the road. At least that would, people that are honest, if they see it, if they don't realize they're speeding, at least they'll start to slow down, Because I'm out there cutting the lawn and I'm almost hit a lot of times just weed whacking along the edge of the road because they fly right by you. So, them are my concerns.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Tom Jalowski, I'm on South Riverside. Brought up last meeting, putting a stop sign, corner of Harriet and South Riverside. What is the verdict on that?
Chief, anywhere on that?
Did they all get information? Mm-hmm. I reviewed it, and according to the manual on uniform traffic control devices, stop signs aren't supposed to be used for.
Okay, so basically that's a no.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask this. Is Detroit a more progressive city than St. Clair? I'm asking the board. What's your thoughts?
In regards to what?
Anything.
Well, that's a very vague question.
Okay, Detroit, 3 days ago, watching the news, they've got the same problem, speeding on side streets. They've elected to put in speed bumps. And there's at least three areas in the city that are doing that. Now, is that something that could be entertained for us, where we do have speeding problems?
Chief, you have that new device that monitors data.
Yes.
Is this an option here?
Yeah, I think Colin put it out there. I think it's been out there for a day, so
I haven't seen it.
We're on another street. We put it on trying to put it on all 29 miles of street. So we're just trying to.
Okay, well, this is the third time I've been in to complain about cars flying up and down our street. And I'm not talking, 30 miles an hour. These guys are going by, putting makeup on, doing whatever, talking on the phone, flying down that street. And you got a lot of people that are from the apartments down at the other end of the street, that they're not what I would consider to be longtime residents. They really don't pay attention to it, and they really don't care. And by God, it's going to take somebody getting hit, somebody's kid, somebody backing out of a driveway, before you folks do something. This is 3 years I've asked about this. Please, can we do something about it?
Yeah, so Chief, I'm anticipating that in a few weeks you'll have some hard data for us that shows exactly what's happening down there.
Yeah, that machine will give you the average, it'll give us a vehicle count, then it gives us the average speed, the fastest speed, the slowest speed, and then the times of day that are best suited for enforcement.
That's what we need. Hey, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
I've got one other item. When you're coming north on M29 into St. Clair, you come through the little curve there, what's the first thing you see?
Coming north on
Big
20 around the
industrial-
corner?
Coming north, a big industrial wall. Now, what a lot of other cities in Flint, Pontiac, Detroit have done is they've contacted colleges as part of their art classes and part of the kids' grades. They're doing murals on some of these big industrial walls. Looks nice, works well, and it gets rid of the industrial look. Is that something that, you know, for the sake of, you're getting free labor to paint it,
Is he talking about Cargill?
and for the price of paying for paint?
I mean, I don't know what kind of authority we have over Cargill. It's something I think Cargill would have to take up.
I know just the guy to talk to, though, so I appreciate you bringing that up. Don't run away, don't. He's here.
Aha! We have a victim. It was just something that
Yeah.
I'd seen, you know, on a news flash about this, Wayne State's doing a lot of that in Detroit area. The kids are getting graded out of their art class for the work. And the only thing the businesses are paying for is the paint. And we've got a good subject matter out here with the river.
Thank you.
That's what I got.
Thank you.
Oh, and
Anybody
I'll be
else?
back again to bitch about the road speed.
All right, we'll be here to listen. Any other public comment tonight? All right, then we will move to number 11, Mayor and Council. I have a couple of things, thank you. Let's start off with River Day is June 11th, and that will be this Saturday already. There's all kinds of events on the river. I think that's the day you don't need a fishing license to fish.
Correct?
Is it free kayak rental?
Correct?
Free kayak rental?
Sponsored by Cargill.
Sponsored by Cargill Salt, home of future murals. Maybe, we'll see. Anything else I'm missing on that? A lot of events going on in the Pine
Aren't you gonna be in
River.
a dunk tank soon?
The chief is,
Also, on Safety Town, June 18th, yes, Safety Town. Chief, do you want to plug this, or you want me to?
Cleaner water this year.
And heated. And heated.
Because I was in it last year, I think the city fire department didn't purge the hydrant when they filled it. It was kind of nasty, but they're going to purge it this year. But yeah, myself, you, Jeff Bone, Sheriff.
Got it.
We're all going to sit in it, so
Yeah, that's June 18th over in the corner of 9th and Vine,
yes.
right? You're in the dunk tank, Bohm's in the dunk tank,
Sheriff's in the dunk
Sheriff's
tank.
in the dunk tank. You are. There's one more guy, I don't remember his name. Some crazy man. Yeah, anyway, so that's Safety Town, June 18th, River Day, June 11th. And I also want to take a moment and mention Russ Mullen recently passed away. Russ Mullen was 33 years a treasurer in the city of St. Clair. And the interesting about Russ Mullen was he took over for his mother, who had been the treasurer for like 15 years, Grace Mary Mullen. She was in the city hall that was the first hospital over on 5th and Trumbull.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Russ was out here, and I got to tell you, I worked with Russ for numerous years, and honest, hardworking guy. And I remember when I forgot to pay my water bill because my wife thought I paid it, and I thought she paid it. It was on the kitchen counter. I came in with it, and he goes, "Yeah, Bill, you got like a $200 fine." I'm like, "Russ, for a water bill?" He goes, "Just pay it. Get out of here." Honest guy, good guy. But he passed away, and I'm sorry to hear that because he was a mainstay in the city of St. Clair, Russ Mullen. Anybody have anything?
I just got one. When they gonna reopen the roads, St. Clair Highway and one behind Cargill, railroads?
I thought they were being open today, so I'll follow up on that.
I was just curious, I haven't been by there as of yesterday. Obviously it's Sunday, but.
We still had the blockades earlier today, but they were mostly pivoted open, so I don't know if they're just in the process. But
Okay.
they were still there, but
I'll look into it.
Anybody else?
I have one other thing, something that's been on my mind this week, the last couple of weeks, the parks plan and the kiosk that Teresa and Jim brought to us. I really think we should look at the north end of Palmer Park. I think we should look at maybe investing a little bit of money into the north end of the park to get rid of the porta potty restrooms that we have in the middle of the park. Maybe we could look at constructing something on that north end. Maybe we need a little bit of professional park. I don't know if that,
Splash pad.
you know, pardon me?
Splash pad.
I don't know if I'm willing to go that far tonight, Mitch, but some kind of development to that north end so we can cure a few problems that we have. Maybe it's a home for the kiosk. Maybe we can finally get rid of the porta potties. Maybe we can fix some of those cement boxes that are holding in huge trees that are all cracking apart. I mean, there's just a little bit of stuff on that north end that I think needs to be addressed.
I think Annette and I can have a conversation with Teresa and maybe get some thoughts moving.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anybody else?
Hearing nothing else, Your Honor, make a motion to adjourn.
All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Be safe. Take care.